What's going on, guys? This is the Centrepreneur here today to bring you my top 5 summer date fragrances. These are going to be safe, or safe-ish, because you can never be completely safe with a fragrance, but most girls love these, most girls go crazy over these, and these are all fantastic options for you on a date. Before I hop into this list, I did want to mention the criteria and go over a couple honorable mentions. First off, the criteria. This has to be compatible with the summer. The fragrance has to work in the heat, or at least the moderate heat, because some of these are more night specific. And 2, the only other requirement is that women have to find this very sexy, and it's got to be safe-ish. Safe-ish, because like I said, you can't. Some people have perfume sensitivities, and you can't be perfectly safe with a fragrance. So anyway, guys, the quick honorable mentions I wanted to do. The first of these is going to be Bleu de Chanel. Or Chanel. You know, there's not really a woman that doesn't like Bleu de Chanel. It's fine. But I think it's kind of implied at this time, or everybody knows that Bleu de Chanel just works year round and is a great fragrance. So there's not really any need for me to further mention it in this list. So it is an honorable mention though. So my second honorable mention is from Paco Rabanne. It is Invictus. This one, I love it. I love it in the summer. I love it year round. But it's kind of a bit potent to be used for a date. So, while I do think this is incredibly sexy in the clubs, women love it, when in airy environments, I guess I'll say, I didn't want to include it on this list because, I don't know, when I think first dates, I think of like coffee, food, and this is not a great fragrance for coffee or food. So, Invictus at the second honorable mention spot. Anyway, guys, hopping into the list, number 5 is a pricey one, but I've seen it work wonders, and there's no denying what it does. It is from the Tom Ford Private Blend Collection, and it is Mandarino di Amalfi. So Mandarino di Amalfi, it's like a beachy vibe mixed with a little bit of suntan lotion and some citruses. It smells really, really good. Like, the scent itself is pushing a 10 out of 10 for me. The issue with Mandarino di Amalfi is it doesn't last. As long as the girl can smell it, she's gonna love it. Probably just based on the scent, it should be higher up on this list and the reactions it gets. Because, I mean, women really do love it. The reason it's so low is it just doesn't perform. If you want to carry around an atomizer with you on your date, then it's an amazing option. But if not, it's not, I don't know, you can get better fragrances down on this list that perform better and get the same reaction as Mandarino di Amalfi. So anyway, guys, that was number 5. So at number 4, this is one that's kind of a no-brainer, but it just made this list because they work. So it's actually a genre, or a plethora of fragrances. This is going to be Nautica Voyage and any other designer fresh fragrance like Acqua di Gio or Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, for example. They made this list simply because they work. There's nothing special, mind-blowingly amazing about them, but they work. Girls love smelling a clean guy, and that's what these freshies do. They're perfect signature scents, really. They all just smell clean, like water. Like salty water, I guess I'll say. And there's more to these fragrances than that, I guess, but they are boring, but women like them, so they made this list at number 4. Okay, guys, now it's time for the heavy hitters. My number 3, this is one that I sold. I've done a review on this one in the past. It was one of my first reviews when I started. This stuff is the real deal. It's from Amouage, and it's Reflection Man. So, like I said, I used to have Reflection Man, but I did sell it. I sold it because I wasn't really a fan of it. I found I wasn't enjoying it too much when I wore it. But there's no denying what it did with the women in my life and passing through my life, if you know what I mean. It's a monster. they love it, and for the longest time I never understood why. What you get is like a fresh dryer sheet type vibe. It's like a dryer sheet with a little bit of pepper to liven it up. It's very floral, and it's a pretty fragrance, but I just found I wasn't enjoying it very much. But the women that I've had smell it have loved this so much that recently I've been trying to reconvince myself that I need this one back in my collection, just due to what it does with them. The only thing you might want to watch with Reflection Man is when you use it. I wouldn't really bring it out in the high heat. I don't know if I've ever tried it, but I definitely wouldn't feel safe bringing it out in the high heat. It's better at night, and it's better on a cool, damp day like today. So that was Amouage Reflection Man at number 3. Number 2 is unfortunately another one I've sold, but I can't deny what it does. It is from Yves Saint Laurent. It's probably the king of date fragrances. It's La Nuit de l'Homme. Of course La Nuit was gonna make this list. La Nuit de l'Homme, spicy, very seductive, you know, a bit feminine. It leans on the powdery feminine side, but nah, it's a killer. It's a straight killer for the date scenario. Like it says in the name, it's better at night. You know, La Nuit de l'Homme is the night of the man, the night man, whatever. It's better at night. It's definitely a nighttime fragrance, but I think you can also get away with it during the day. Now a lot of people are gonna rag on the performance of this one, and yeah, it's been reformulated to death to the point where it's almost water now. But I can't stress this enough. If you smell like La Nuit de l'Homme, if the girl can smell La Nuit de l'Homme on you, there's a very good chance you're gonna drive her crazy. That's what I've seen. Not every girl likes that one. It's definitely a bit on the feminine side, and it might not even fit your personality, but if it does, straight killer. There is no denying what it does to the opposite sex. So guys, that was La Nuit de l'Homme from YSL at my number 2 spot. My number 1 spot, you haven't seen these yet. If you've been following me, you know that these are probably my favorite fragrances for dates in the summer. The first off is an expensive one. It's a niche. It's from Creed, and it's Millesime Imperial. And the second is from Jean Paul Gaultier, La Male Popeye, in a tie at the number 1 spot. So what you're gonna get out of La Male Eau Fraiche, La Male Popeye Eau Fraiche, whatever you want to call it, is a very minty, bubblegum, vanilla, fantastic stuff, guys. Maybe that sounds like it might get a bit cloying in the summer. It doesn't. It's quite light, but at the same time, she's gonna be able to smell it for a few hours. Not the best performance, but I get about 5-6 hours, anywhere from 4 to 6 really, and it just does the job. Women love the original La Male, and this took the original La Male and kitted it up a bit, made it a bit more fun, more playful, and it really gets the job done in the summer. On Millesime Imperial, it's salty sea breeze and watermelon, and I've actually been getting like a sort of musky vibe out of this recently, and I really, really, really love this one. Women love it too, because where it is like a fresh, oceany fragrance, it's not just another boring Acqua di Gio. This one has a lot of character. It's a step away from the super generic designer fragrances, but it still does a similar thing to them. And it's incredibly sexy, guys. This is probably the one I have the most experience with on the list, and I can tell you from that experience is that it's a lady killer. But especially in the summer where this stuff actually performs quite well, it's a monster. It's an absolute animal for dates, and I had to put it at number 1. Man, if I had to remake this list, I might even make it stand alone at number 1 without Popeye there, but it's just a testament to how good Popeye is as well, that it's on the same playing field as Millesime Imperial. Anyway, guys, that's been my top 5 date fragrances for the summer, with number 1 as a tie. Let me know down in the comments, what do you wear on summer dates? I left off some fantastic fragrances. these are just what I've seen work for me, my friends, and we've all had results with them, so that's why they made the list. Anyway, like I said, let me know what you thought of the list down below. Let me know what you're wearing on your summer dates. Also guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, please do so. There is new content coming out all of the time. Top lists like this, reviews, unboxings, first impressions. Also guys, if you enjoyed the video, please toss me a big thumbs up down below. That'd be awesome. This has been the Centropreneur, guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.